Gentleman yields back his time. Mr. Frost, you're now recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I'm glad we're holding this hearing today. I support innovation to tackle fraud that's executed safely. And we've heard testimony today about the promise of artificial intelligence and other new technological tools that may be used to improve fraud detection across the entire federal government. That said, machine learning and artificial intelligence systems leverage massive amounts of data, and specifically personal data. Ms. Miskell, how does Treasury protect data, and how can I address concerns from my constituents on their data privacy?
Thank you, Congressman Frost. I sincerely appreciate that concern. We take privacy security very seriously at the Treasury Department. Specifically within Do Not Pay, privacy is built in by design. We follow the principle of least privilege, meaning that a person can only receive a response back on information that they provided. We operate in a FISMA high environment, which means that it's the highest standard in terms of federal cyber. We apply continuous monitoring, and we are also transparent to the public. We provide transparent systems of record notices, communicating what data we have on individuals and how it can be used.
Thank you. Mr. Thomas, what are the concerns about having unknown quantities of private data and sensitive information in a master database?
So, it's kind of there are technologies that if you have them in separate data systems that you can control the way they query back and forth to keep the data private and controlled. But you're right, once you put it in a master system where everything is all together, which is the design of AI, AI needs that to train, all of a sudden you're now dependent upon the actual AI prompt to control your privacy. The term that the AI industry uses for that is alignment. There's actually been excellent studies recently in how you can actually break alignment in an AI system so you can get it to return information back to you that is not designed to return to you, and even safeguards were put in. So this is an area of concern, and that's why we talk about it's important to use potentially the least complex solution to trying to get to where we are using machine learning, where you don't have to train on everything, but you can still maintain the controls that Treasury is currently doing with their Do Not Pay system.
Yeah, thank you. I know there's, many different things that are being done to make sure data is kept safe when people query information or when information goes from agency to agency. But part of the reason I have this concern is because it's also dependent on the conduct of the administration and different things that are going on. So, for instance, under President Trump and back when Elon Musk was more involved and DOGE was going on, they conducted attacks on our federal data systems and cybersecurity, right? And this is public information, right? They brought unsecured servers into federal agencies. They reportedly exported unknown quantities of private data that we still aren't really sure how much it was or where it was from. And then the one that's most concerning for me is they contracted with private companies to merge American sensitive information into a master database that would give the administration surveillance powers and put data at greater risk of hacks for outside people. And so it's just important to me that we ensure that any new innovative tools are not politicized and misused by this administration and any administration, and that they aren't abused by private corporations that have been brought in to help us with different projects. We also have to recognize and expand successful existing tools and not toss them aside either. There are tools that some agencies are not using enough that I think needs to be explored. So, Ms. Miskell, the Treasury's Do Not Pay system, which you brought up earlier, is one such effective program. What do you hope other agencies can learn from this model?
Thank you, Congressman. Agencies can learn a lot from using Do Not Pay. We are helping to integrate the data for them. So we talked a lot about, technical debt, longstanding issues with resources. We can provide that information securely to the people that need it. And I just wanted to mention in the conversation around AI, we have successfully used machine learning to detect check fraud. It's been an outstanding use case. In 2024 and 2025, because of this technology, we prevented and recovered $1.9 billion. So again, used responsibly, this technology can be really transformational, but as Mr. Thomas mentioned, it relies on the data. So we had really good data about the checks we issue, and we could compare that, and that's what's important about using AI.
Yeah, and obviously more and more interagency collaboration is important too and is free to use. Last question real quick. Mr. Thomas, what basic fraud protections could agencies use that they aren't already?
Well, as we talk about, implementing our fraud risk framework and developing models as programs are being developed is one of the most important things they can do, in addition to actually implementing data science-based fraud programs. So they are bringing in data scientists, implementing the algorithms that the PRAC has been able to implement, proven tools that can identify fraud that, just like you said, exists today.
Thank you, and thank you for letting me go over, Mr. Chair. I yield back.
Thank you very much, Mr. Frost, and we appreciate you being at this hearing today. Your support of this is very important, and you have been to all of our hearings and not only showed up to ask important leading-edge questions, but I think worked as part of the team, and I appreciate and respect that very much.